All right, Durante Parks here. Welcome back, guys. What we're going to do now is actually go into the virtual office. I really prefer to call this your Transaction Engineering Center because mainly what we're going to be doing, even though it involves financing and buying and selling money for a lot of different projects and sectors, it's more accurate to refer to this as a transaction engineering office because that's basically what we're going to do. All right, so in here, and what you have here, we'll actually log in, and remember, this is a basic virtual office. It's what we call the virtual office, and this is the front end of it. All right, anyone that gets a basic virtual office gets these components with it. They get a front end web page, and here is the back end. Now, we went in our last video over the different sites, and what I'm going to share with you is how to use the tools to integrate and connect with the processes. All right, we're going to do some process stuff today. I want to show it to you. So remember, here you have an actual connection in a business financing sector with a bank, and you need to connect your own stuff so you can have your own portal and do your own deals and log in and check and track your own projects. Okay, so what we do to set this up is we're going to first go over here, log into the back office. Now, what I want to tell you to do first of all is to come here, understand the games you can actually play here. You can do a lot of stuff with these tools and resources. That you can play the buying games, buying property, selling games, flip stuff. It's a lot you can actually do. Depends on what you want to do. And then you want to ultimately be a power consultant. That's what a real transaction engineer is. And what you're able to do is to basically earn fees and profits and equity from transactions. It's a process to it. And that's one of the things. So you can look through this on your own time and go through it on what you can do. But what you want to do first and foremost is you want to come here and you want to do this. You want to do this before you do anything else. And this is where you're going to connect with your lender. You're going to come here, and what we have is a checklist of stuff you need to do. All right, exactly how to do it. It's no wondering, no pondering. It's simply execution and implementing. You're going to get your lender link here, set up your Google Voice account here. You're going to do the Craigslist stuff here. You're going to post some ads here on Craigslist, and then you're going to start the training. And that's what this Fast Start checklist does. It gives you the tools for that. See, this is what your actual banking portal would look like. Here you have a loan closed. These are loans that this is being processed. Here's one that was rejected. But you can log in and see your own transactions. Now, the way the sites are set up now, if you don't change the link or let us know what link to change, then you're going to be using my link. And I don't want you to do that. I want you to have your own stuff. This is all about self-empowerment. I don't want you asking me about your deals. Feel free to use it, because to get the link from the bank, you're going to have to push a little paper. You're going to do some copies of driver's license. You're going to have to do your EIN number and all that stuff. So they're going to vet you. And if you say, well, I don't want to be bothered with all that, I don't have my LLC set up, I don't have an EIN number. And if that's the case, then use the link you have, but understand how it works, okay? Now, so that's what this actually does. And instructions on each of it. So you want to learn the game to be a player. These are games, all right? And the last thing you do is start the training. Now, having said that, let's go back over here, close this out. Now, you're going to come here. This Fast Start list are these items already. So if you click here, it's just the same stuff. I just shortened it. You can come here and do that. You can come here, register with the lender, or you can use this is to register with us, with me personally. All right. I stand behind my product, so I work with people who have my stuff because I know they have it. Now, next you're going to come here and you're going to run some ads. This is real simple. It's nothing complicated. What you're going to do, you're going to copy and paste. You say, well, I don't know how to copy and paste. Then you're going to have some issues. Go to Google and type how to copy and paste. Go to YouTube and type how to copy and paste. All right. You can do this. You can do whatever you want to do. And then we come here. We have a list of places that you can actually run your ads. Do you want to run your ads on all of these places? Absolutely not. you're going to do one first. Because see, this is about speed of implementation is important. You're going to start at Craigslist, and that's it. And on Craigslist, you may run your ads in 4 or 5 different categories, but you're not going to use all of these sites yet. You won't have to. If you do this correctly, I can pretty much assure you, you are going to get all the business you need from Craigslist if you do it correctly. All right? Cash buyers, borrowers, business loans, for your flips, for your financing, Craigslist, not LinkedIn, not Facebook, Craigslist. Okay? If you come across a situation that you run an ad and you get a response to a person on something you don't, that's not business related, and you need to do a quick lender search, come here and get your lender search. All right? And then after you've done that, then what you want to do is come here and jump into the masterclass. Now, let me just make this clear, real clear. If you don't want or can't go through this training, you for whatever reason, I want to say this where you get it now. You won't do this. You can't do any of the other stuff because you won't know the rules to the game. You won't know how to play. You don't want to learn this as you go. We don't want to do that. All right, so you're going to have to commit some time here. And up front, you're talking about 9 hours. So here's how this works. What I want you to do is get through the perspectives, understand that everybody don't see what you see. And part of what you're going to do is take perspectives and turn them into numbers and put them on your chart. Understand your objectives. You need to dial in on what you want to, objectives you want to achieve. Do that before you start. If you need to generate $200,000 or $300,000 to pay off all your debts, or to just learn some new stuff, get this. That's in here. Be clear about what your end game is. Now, this science portion, guys, most people get stuck here because this is the core. You know, if you go into medicine, you have to do some chemistry, some biology as part of medicine. That's the foundation upon which it is built on. Financing is built on numbers. So here is all, this is all about numbers, all right? If you get here and get stuck, don't worry about it. Your objective is to get through this, meaning what? To get here. That's your objective. You don't have to master this, but you have to be aware of it. You can always come back and revisit. So don't try to don't get stuck here, all right? Because it's a little advanced, but the knowledge you gain here we'll use later for creating notes and structuring deals. So the information is vital, is important, but it's not vital. You don't have to know how to run the numbers, structure notes, structure the terms to do the other stuff. But you need to know that the information is there when you get there. So when you get there, it'll be there. All right. So objective, get through the training. Don't even attempt to do any of the other things without going through this. Just follow the script, trust the process. All right. So the business, that's about different ways of making money. The business of selling, buying, and selling money. And then down here, this 4B, that's about vetting your clients, having those linguistic encounters. You said, well, what is that about? Oh, that goes back, the linguistic encounters is a part of what's involved in the straight line program. And you also have this program in here, the training. This is local property flip. This program works with the buyer site that we have. I think it's this one here. Yeah. No, that's the buyer site. It works with the flipper site. All right. But everything here connects. And I'm trying to show you this to make this make sense so you'll know how to actually begin structuring some deals. So that straight line course you have, this is the masterclass. You have to go through that. This course is one you really, really, really need to know. It teaches you how to sell yourself and how to be persuasive. Not convincing, but persuasive. And it's the actual art of being persuasive. It's a science to it. Your tone, what to listen for, how to overcome objections, and how to stay on the straight line. For you, your straight line is to get your client off the phone, off the website, into your funnel, into the process. And the spinoff on this, on the backside, is we teach you how to do process profiting. And that's profiting from the processes. The processes of applying for a loan, the process of buying. There are ways you can add and things you can do to generate profits from the processes, even if the person doesn't close a loan. All right. So that's in here. So this is important. And the last one, of course, is the script writing course. It just helps you write, and it's just good information. It's not very long, but it's strong. You got it? It's not long, but it's strong. So having said that and shown you that, and let's go back into our office here, and let's continue this little journey. Now, here are software downloads. When you get here, they are here. All right. These are tutorials on the document creator, which is over here. Now I'm going to show you this because this is a super glue for actually being and transacting and structuring deals. This is the paper caper. This is where you come. These are your tools. This is the super glue behind all of this. Without the document creator, you won't be able to implement and execute any of the things in the masterclass. So all of the pieces here connect and work together. All right, this is what that's about. The data bank is software. If you need it, you probably won't. And then here's the underwriting software. You need to download it. It only runs on PCs. It doesn't run on Macs unless you use Parallels. Then you can run it on a Mac. And you use it to package loans, and you can do it for free if you choose to. But I suggest you do it for a fee. All right, drop the R. It's a fee-based service. And in some cases, you can turn it into a separate business, a commercial loan packaging service. And you can have two types. You can have a basic packaging, and then you can have a pre-underwriting. And the thing is, it's the same package. Value is what matters. Perceived value, bring value to yourself and to your clients, and you'll make more money. That's all you have to do. You don't have to lower your prices, but you do have to raise the value, right? That's what this is about. Now, let's continue here. This is an automated updater. If you don't have it, you can get it. But if you're watching this, you may have it, you may not, I don't know. All right, but if you need it, you get it. What does it do? It keeps your website updated. It keeps this back office updated with the content. When I shoot up new videos or have conference calls, you connect with me from here. All right, I'll show you. I can later. Now, I'm sure this page is going to change because this is evolving. All right, so, and here's a graphic design tool. If you want to make a logo and all that, you can go here and do that. I don't recommend you get caught up in it. I want you to stay focused on your objective, to generate and turn numbers, to do the little stuff. Because what you learn on the business stuff, the processes, you want to learn these processes. All you're going to do is scale it. That's how it works. All right, you have lenders here. I'm not going there. You can visit. Research resources, government resources, all kind of stuff. If you need to find out what's going on in an area, there are ways of doing that. You have the resources here. It's not much you can't do. If you need some properties, you can come here and go hunting. If that's what you're doing, particularly when you're doing a local property flip, you need to find some properties for your cash buyer. And you need to know that LoopNet's not the only game in town. And this gives you some other options to look at. All right, but you're dealing with a cash buyer, and you're in a different market because you don't need a lender, you don't need a realtor. You're a cash buyer, and it's empowering that. And once you find a cash buyer here, you need a place to close it. I use Georgia Title for my stuff. You can come here and find the title companies. And if you need an escrow company and want to do some title searches and stuff, you have that here. Don't get stuck here. Keep moving. Commercial real estate loans, you have that here. Okay. Self-explanatory. Marketing resources, you got some ads in here, general ads that you can run depending on what you're doing. That's why it's important to stay focused. Let everything be consistent with your objective. Don't drift. Don't be trying to go everywhere, do everything. Dial in, check in, and then go for your stuff and stay focused. Play the game. This is a game. In the game, I think one of the games you should play with yourself is see how quick you can get this done. Play the calendar and the clock game. Do the stuff that you can do fast. The quicker, the better. And you're going to get better as you do it. Here, if you want to market to user groups, you have a few in here. And the national RIAs, if you want to run some ads or go to some local RIAs and sell yourself, your services, and your products, here's where you can find them. And then here again, I think we saw this on the other tab, other classified ad services. All right. Now, down here are some training videos we've done on actually managing your website. What we're doing is in the back office. You don't have to be a webmaster to do that. But you may want to put up a special page if you're doing special promotion and learn some new stuff. This is a business you grow into. Multiple skill sets will be developed if you implement and execute what I'm sharing with you. You don't have to do this. Do not begin to try to be a webmaster. You need to be a cash flow transaction deal engineer first. Focus on that. We have your website covered on the back. All right. There's some little things you can do and need to know. We'll cover it. And if not, you simply tell us in the button at the top of the screen and we'll hook you up on that. This is a deep dive course. It's into building a website from zero. It's a project, a video course of an actual website that I actually built. And then here is our members area. Now this and this connect to the same place. And what's here? Where in the members area is where I shoot up all of my other stuff. And this gives you access to it. And you just register and go in and you connect. You can go there, connect with me, see the other content, and you can connect with other users. And you can do some joint ventures there with current people because everybody in the workshop has this same tool you have also. So it's a good place to put some deals together. All right, specialty lenders, you ran it out on Craigslist. Some guys show up for new construction. You did not advertise for any new construction. Phone rings, a guy brings you a new construction deal, a niche lender, or even a church loan. Then here, you come here and you get your lenders. They're here. You just have to do the research, do the dance, play the game. That's what you got to do. Don't be overwhelmed. Keep it simple. Qualified mortgages is something you want to learn about because there's some mortgages on the market that are non-qualified. And you want to know the difference. If you need church financing, that's fine. I don't believe in that. I don't think the church should be borrowing money, but that's me. All right. And if you want to do business, help a person finance a business or buy a business or start a business. I don't recommend you start one, but to buy an existing business, you want to consider it and go through this thinking process. How you're going to finance it, those steps, just something to think about. If you go there, this is here. This is for that. Where to find a business, you got places to go. And it's just for you to see content. We're not going through this. We're going over it, but we're not going through it. I'm just giving you some tools to navigate with. And then here's some marketplace stuff. It's where you can connect with your lenders, referral programs. And this marketplace financing, in case you don't know it, if you're not working with a lender, you need one, there are tons of them here. And in the real estate space, you can come here and connect with lenders. And what you do is you can submit your deal to the marketplace where it's a bunch of lenders versus submitting it through one lender. Pros and cons. It's better to work directly with an individual lender than with a group of people you don't know because your deal is, you don't know where it's going to end up. All right. And then down here is where you access your cPanel. This is where all of the backbone to your website is. You need to create an email address, special email address. You do this here. You need to add another site. You do that here. Customer support. If you have questions on the billing and invoicing, you can deal with that here. You want to upgrade, downgrade, or cancel your account, you do that here. And if you need customer support, general stuff, you use this link. And if you want some custom work done, your website broke, you want to install a script, change some colors, or want some training or spend some time with you on your site, you do all of that here. And here is where if you want to add a new domain to your site, let's just say that you want to add your buyer site to your site, you would, or in this case, a broker site, you would do that down here. That's where you do that because you can add, and it doesn't cost you anything extra to add these sites. Now, here is where for 2025 I have a new course. Hadn't been done in 12 years, being updated. It was called originally Paper Bootcamp. It's now called Paper Power. And you can register for that. It's here. And that's what this is about. All right, so it's new stuff. And when I say learn the skills of business you can grow into, I'm very serious about that. Now, that's what the core of the office is. All right. And of course, we aren't, you have some stuff here. You got more than enough to work with, but you have to manage the information also. If not, you'll be overwhelmed and you'll be spending a lot of time in your office not getting anything done. And that is not good. So let's go over here on the other side here. I want to show you something. Now, when you log in here and you have all of these, if you don't want all of these distractions, here's what you should do. Go down here to users and create a new user. It can be your same name that you see here. You have, I'm in here and I'm an administrator. Kyle is in here, but he is in as a subscriber. When he logs in here, he doesn't see all of this. He only sees the office. So if you don't want to see all of this stuff here, then what you do, create a new user and log in as that user, and you won't have to see all of these distractions on the left. It'll just be the middle and I think maybe one link. All right, just something you need to know. If you want to learn about web design, you have a course here. If you want to, I suggest my stuff is better. But you just need to know that. All right. Okay. But it's good. Mine is geared more toward what you're doing. This is just general, but it's good. It's better than zero, but it's not a hero. Now, so you have that. And what I want to go show you now is here about the document creator. Now, if you're going to make offers, let's just jump right straight smack in here. All right. Now, you got a client, found him on Craigslist. He wants to sign up for your lender and blah, 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 blah. Or somebody sent you an email from a friend. And here's what I want you to do. And when I say profit from processes, shortcuts will short circuit your stuff. Trust me. Don't test me on this. Trust me. I've had it to happen. Little stuff. I've been to 3 closings and didn't get paid because I short circuit and I trusted people. Don't you do that. That's a seminar. You don't have to have $100,000 on one, $150,000 on another one, and $100,000 on the third one. You do not need to have no $3,000 seminar. I'm just telling you. And you say, well, what happened? I shortcut it. I didn't do what I knew to do and what I was told to do. So, well, why didn't you do it? I didn't want to offend people. Well, trust me, we don't have that problem no more. We got it. It's a $300,000 seminar you don't have to have. Now, and here's where we're going with this. If I come to you or anyone comes to you, this goes back to the profiting from the processes, and I want you to find a loan for me, and we just chit-chatting and stop. You do not need to be looking at my package. Don't do that. That's a rookie move. We going to transaction engineering. We gonna make deals. Just remember that deals are made. They're not found. And you found me and want me to help you. All right. And you don't care where you came from. You came from Craigslist, LinkedIn, Uncle Joe's, grandpa, grandma, or from Jupiter, Neptune, to Mars. Don't care where you came from. I have a process. In this process, I want you to integrate into your business. It's going to take discipline to do it. If not, hear me and hear me good. If you do not do this, there is a very high probability that you will have a $300,000 seminar. Okay? Don't go there. Trust me. Now here's the process. Everything I say or your client says sounds good. but your job is to make it good. And to make it good, if I'm going to help you, you need to establish the relationship. And you're going to do that in here. And this is going to be a consulting agreement. Now, all I'm going to do is complete it. That's all you have to do is fill in the blanks. All right. Equity participation, we'll cover that. I think I mentioned that on the last video. And down here, we can put some terms in here. So what I'm going to do, and I have done, is I've made some documents already. And I want to show you. But most importantly, you don't want to be working with someone that don't have a fee agreement. You say, that doesn't say fee agreement, Durante. That says consulting. I know it's a play on words, but the bottom line is, this is your fee agreement. In fact, if you look closely, we specify in here not just fees. Down here, we also can take equity in deals, and you want to learn about this. Because let me give an example. Because this is equity for the asking. Once you understand that service thing that in the master class about the science, here's what this means. Let me give you an example. I'm looking to borrow $10 million, and I agree to give you 10% equity for helping me. You say, well, why would I do that, right? Oh, we discussed that in the master class. We'll tell you why. You give me some really good reasons too. So 10% of a $10 million deal. Oh, let's not even go there. Let's drop it down a notch. Let's make it $1 million deal. 10% of $1 million is $100,000. Okay? What you got right here, simply for the asking, was a $100,000 second mortgage. And you'll even do it at 0 interest on a 30-year amortization with a 5-year call, and sell it before the deal's even done, or at least after one payment's done. Or keep it for cash flow to fund your kids' account, retirement account, income, or college fund, or whatever. But the thing I want you to remember, you got this for the asking. You didn't put no money in here. You didn't buy the 10%. You didn't borrow it. You asked for it. Remember the term, process profiting. So that's why you want to do this and do this correctly. Okay? Now, let's look at, now here you have all of these documents. All right? And you have the saved, and saved. It's basically 4 documents. That's going to cover you to do pretty much anything you need to do. We don't have a generic document. You have the ability to create custom documents based on your situation, but you have to be mindful of it and be aware of it. So here's what we're going to do. Here's a consulting agreement I've already made. Where's my, oh, I'm on the wrong website. No problem. Show you how we're going to fix that real quick. Go to log into the portal site. That's all I'm going to do. Going to log in here and go to my dashboard. See, all of them, with this plugin, everybody sees the same thing. So I come over here to my document creator, I look under my consulting agreements, and then I go into saved, and there it is. You got that? So to look at it, I can preview it. If you say, well, why would you want to preview it? I want to inspect it, maybe. And if I need to change it, I just hit edit. And what it does, it brings it back up. And I simply come in and make the edits. All right. That's what you have in your back office, a tool. This document creator is a super glue to doing paper capers and structuring commercial deals. All right. Whether they're real estate deals, consulting deals, or business loans, it doesn't matter. The document creator makes the theory reality. It's when you're going to turn white paper into greenbacks. All right, let's go back in here. Let's look at my consulting agreement, show you what we got. And this how, and I made this earlier, so we're just going to take a preview. Click the link. It's 6 pages. Now let's see if we can get this where you can see it. All right, those are the pages. Let's go down here and see if we can get this all in here. That's a way I can. I'm rushing on this. We don't want to rotate. And let's see what we got here. There we go. Now, here's the document. 6 pages. Let's go through it real quick so you can see. I want to make it big so you can actually see it. All right, that's as big as I'm going to get. All right, it has my name, address, client, project that I'm working with him on. Notice in the footer, it has my name, phone, fax, email, and website. It does that for you. My equity participation, I'll have to do some changes here. It says 10% of purchase amount to be secured by the second mortgage against the said property. Everything else is here, the terms, yes. Performance and cooperation, general legalese stuff. Right here, Plan B is my 50% of any savings. We'll teach about that. I think in other words, if the lender, if I can save the guy money, if I save him $1,000 a month, he agrees to pay me $500, and it's over the life of the loan. And how do we fix that? How do we do it? How do we collect it? We convert it to a note and offer him a discount. So if it's $1,000 he owes me a month, ain't likely gonna pay me that, right? But I got it on paper, $1,000, and it's a 12-month loan. That's $12,000. What I do, because I got it, is I'll give him a 50% discount to pay me off, and I'm out for the asking. Got it? So that's what this is, in addition to the points. All right, and down here, the capacity, there's my name, client's name. Here, so you don't have to sweat the legal stuff here. All you have to do is execute the simple stuff. It signs it for you, dates it for you, and here. Now remember I said I went to 3 closings and didn't get paid? Well, it was because of this. Some of you don't want to have these seminars. Right here, I had a guy to sign a document saying he agreed to pay me from his company, and he wasn't an officer, and I couldn't disprove it because I didn't do something. What was it I didn't do? And something you need to remember. When you're dealing with corporate entities, if I'm borrowing money in the name of Parks Enterprises, LLC, or your client is, my signature doesn't bind me. You need my corporate seal. You got it? I didn't do that. And the guy didn't show up at the closing, sent his attorney, and his attorney said he wasn't authorized to pay me, and I couldn't prove otherwise. The signature of the person who signed the agreement said wasn't authorized to do it. Get that? So here, what I'm telling you is don't shortcut, because you shortcut, you're going to short circuit, and you get to just follow the yellow brick road. So when you're dealing with corporate borrowers, you need one, and they use their corporate name, you need a corporate seal on it, one. And if you're dealing with individuals and they want you to work with them, and they're serious, you need it notarized or witnessed, all right? So here's the client seal, one. And down here, if he can't do the seal, here he has to do the notary issue. You have to do this to protect yourself. If not, let me tell you what's going to happen if you don't. Let's just say you don't want to do it. You know what's going to happen? You're going to get played and not paid. So what I'm telling you, do this when you're dealing with clients. All right, let's get out of that. Let's go look at this next document. This is a certification letter. Well, I just stay on track. These are LOIs. You go to LoopNet, find a property, you don't care where it is, and you're going to make an offer on it. Now remember this, all of these things here that we're doing work with a part of a system. So you gotta, that's what I'm saying, you have to understand this to do this, all right? That's the wrong site. Yeah, that's the wrong site. Let's get back to the right place here. Come on now. All right, there we go. So this works, these pieces in this document creator are aligned to work with the strategies and processes that I share inside the masterclass. That's what I'm saying. And tell you, you don't want to come over here doing this and don't understand, and you don't understand that. It won't work. You're going to crash. So don't do it. Just trust me on it. You say, but it's 8 hours, 9 hours. I know. But do it in a week. Make short work of it. Punch it out. Punch it out. It's trust me. The juice is worth the squeeze. Just squeeze it. Come over here and squeeze this. Don't get stuck here. You try to make no lemonade. Just squeeze it. Get in and get out. Understand generally what it is you need to know. I run numbers, structured notes, and all that in here. You don't have to do all that, but you do have to get through it. Okay, got it? Now, let's look at this LOI and show you what we got here. And hopefully we can, we want to preview. We don't want to download. My mistake. Let me slow down. We want to look at our LOI. Now, this is a LOI, and it lists my company, my name, and all that stuff. And it specifies the terms. It's $16 million acquisition of 2 properties here in Atlanta. It was on LoopNet. And set a closing date, December 31st. Can you pull the trigger on it? I can get it going. You know, a lot of it has to do with what other people do. And then down here, this is a non-binding agreement. And here the section C is subject to special terms. So what are the special terms? Oh, now remember, this is a 5-page document. All right. Special terms are down here. Right here. It's subject to this. What I do here, guys, this makes this real simple. I'm going to make a full price offer to an investor. And you say, well, why do you have to do it? Oh, because of a problem that actually exists in the real world, which is what you can't find a client. Now remember, we are players. So as a player, I have, and you have, once you learn this stuff, the ability to become any player and sit at basically any chair at the table, if you're aware of it. All right. So what was the purpose of the LOI? I couldn't find a client, so I'm going to make myself a client. And the most qualified client I can find is a seller. Why? I have something he wants. What does a seller want? You say he wants to sell a property. No. Go through the straight line course, you'll find out it's more than that. He's not selling the property because he doesn't want the property. Just trust me. You think he wants something, either he wants the property or something's wrong with the property. That's what you think, and that's what the average person thinks. But as a seller of property, I'm telling you why I'm selling the property. I want the money. Bottom line. So what do? Understanding that, I go into the market to find a seller with the intention of converting the seller into a client. How am I going to do that? Very persuasive conversation, not convincing, persuasive, just logic, practical stuff. And I'm going to show this seller all of them. You have to be able to have the linguistic encounter. You have to have the words and be able to have this conversation, because you just do, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to convince this seller that I give him full price for his property if he refinances it through me, and then I'll buy it from him. And if he decides he doesn't want to buy it, I'm okay with that. And the benefits in taking my offer is he doesn't have to keep it on the market. He doesn't have to take it off the market. He can keep it listed with Joe, and the capital he receives from the refi is tax-free, and he don't have to sell the property. And what I'm actually doing is I'm going to get him 80% of the money he's asking for without selling the property. And that means it's tax-free to him. And if he's had that property a long time and has depreciated it and sells it to me, he's going to have recapture and a real nasty tax bill. So I'm going to say, consult with your accountant before making a decision. And the fact that I bring that up, it conveys to the seller that I'm relatively sophisticated at what I'm doing, because it's the facts. So I'm going to simply offer him an alternative way to getting the capital that he wants me to give him. All of the objections from the realtors and everybody, all of that is not a problem. That's covered. We got that. All right, so that's what we use this for. And remember, this works with the buyer site. All right, so why is that important? Well, when I make that offer that we just looked at, what's going to happen is that the realtor that I've made the offer to, he's gonna look at the LOI. Let's follow the pattern of logic. And remember, in here, let me get to the top. It's a letter of interest of intent. It's not a commitment. All right, it has all of my information in here. And what he's going to do is he's going to Google my name and my website. So where he's going to get it from? It's going to be in the email I sent him. And when he Googles it, this site, he's going to see what he's looking for. He's going to get this site. And what does this site do? Remember, everything works together here. We're not trying to put square pegs in round holes. All right, we're connecting the dots. So he comes here and he sees what he wants to see. The site gives me credibility by the fact that I have a process in place. I'm telling him what I buy, how I buy. And that's what this is for. That's what. But if you aren't going to be making offers now on properties, that's different. Now let me share something else with you while we're here. That actually occurred, that I discovered. I had a client, a friend, as a matter of fact, who was looking to buy a Jiffy Lube property, and he wanted to know if I knew anybody who could write the contract for him. I said, "Why are you gonna do a contract? Why don't you do an LOI?" Anyway, I wrote the LOI. He asked me how much would I charge him to write the LOI. I go, how long does it take for me to make an LOI? Right? Well, you think about this. How long does it take for you to make an LOI? Here, if you got the data, probably about 5 minutes at the most. Okay? I made $5,000 using this tool as a service that I didn't even know existed. I didn't know anybody would pay me for the LOI. But that's not unusual, because the commercial underwriting software I was using to package my own deals. And I had a friend named Reggie who offered me $6,000 to package his deal. So what I'm saying, don't underestimate the value of the information that you learn here. All right, so we go back over here, and my point here's with the LOI. Not only can you use it for your own stuff, you can use it and sell it as a service to other people. If you want to see that, it's here. It's on this site. Yeah, it's on this site, and it's actually offered as a service. No, business loans. Yeah, it's actually offered as a service, not on the business loan site, but on the commercial loan site. My bad. On this site is actually offered as a service here, LOI creation, which means I can sell it. Why? Because I have sold it. I wasn't looking to sell it. I had people that, how much will you charge for when they do that 3 and 4 times? It's a message there. So here with this site, that's built into it. So my point is that even though you have the tools to make the documents that you can use for yourself, don't forget the potential of monetizing it as a service. You don't have to sell everything as a service, but you do need to know that you do have some things that you can't sell as a service. Now, so that takes care of the consulting agreement for your clients, LOI for putting deals together, forcing deals, forcing a refi, even a flip, and then this certification letter. This is where you're going to trigger an arbitrage. In other words, you know that a certain project is about to be paid off. You know it. You're the first to know it. And what you do is you use this document to lock down a note at a discount, and it's called a certification letter. And if you read it closely, it basically tells the note holders, basically saying, hey, I certify I'm the legal and rightful note holder of this note, that I do own it, and that I will take X number of dollars for it within the next 30 days. It's a certification letter. For you, what is it? It's a discount on a payoff. And because we're using a certification letter, It's not, you don't require any money and you don't need the capital to do it. I'm agreeing to sell you my note without any consideration. And then it says here, this is a legally binding document. Well, it depends on what school you went to as to whether or not it's legally binding. Because in some places, in some spaces, a legally binding document has to have what's called, quote, consideration. That means some money in it, $1 or something. This don't require that. I'll show you something else unique about this. This document doesn't have my name on it anywhere, which means what? It's a bearer bond. It's like a bearer bond. Whoever holds it benefits from it. And what do I do with it? Do I give it to the lender? No. Do I give it to the seller? No. Do I give it to the realtor? Absolutely not. The only person who needs this document is the closing agent. And all he's going to do is get the document at the closing, and he's going to call the seller up. And here, this has to be notarized too. You don't play here on this. And what he's going to do, he's going to call my note holder, Joe, note holder Joe, at his phone number during the closing or before to certify that he will accept $8.5 million for the purchase of this note. No money involved. All right? That is, there it is. That's what this document does. When I say create notes, I'm serious about that. The paper game is one you want to learn about. I'm saying you want to do paper capers. Turn white paper into greenbacks. This is that. All right. So that's what the certification is about. The last document is the contract agreement, which is interesting. You're dealing with a lender. He doesn't have a contract. You want to work with him. You like what you saw on the website. Get on the phone with him. He says that he'll pay you X number of points, but he doesn't have a fee agreement. You need to trust me. We've been in business for 25 years and got a AAA Better Business Bureau rating, sir. We are not crooks. We're honest men. But we don't do documents. We'll include your fees in the listing in our term sheet. Yeah, that's how it works. And you say, okay. Okay. Then you send him your stuff. That's typically what happens. Well, here, this ain't that. Here, what we do, we call him out on his word. And everything he says, we put in paper. This is a 2-page agreement. Has a circumvention clause and all that stuff in it. You don't have to worry about the legalese stuff. And down here, we put in our document that he agrees to pay us a 2.5 like he said on the phone. Right there. We just stick it right there. All right? And we send it to him. We don't ask him to notarize it, but we do ask him to sign it. All right? We do a little due diligence now on this lender. We don't just, hang our hat on his rack. We do a little due diligence. And we send it to him. And he doesn't sign it. What do? I ain't working with him. Because, in all honesty, there is absolutely no reason he wouldn't sign this unless he has no intentions of honoring his agreement. So I don't need to call him up and ask him no 5-10 days. Oh, you sent my fee agreement, my letter, did you get it? We don't even go there. You judge a tree by its fruit. And if he does that, you don't have to call or check or get angry or mad. You keep stepping. Why? Because you don't have a problem with lenders and finding people who want money and you know the value of your service. You can always log into your office and find a lender relatively fast. Easy step for a stepper. All right, so that covers the core of the document creator and the website. And if there's any other videos, we'll go deeper into the stuff. But remember, you want to connect and know what you actually have and what you can do. You can't do everything. And I'm going to put this site's going to change. I see I need to put a navigation menu in here. All right, and we'll deal with that. But this is what you have. If you need or want to do a joint venture or got questions, reach out to me. Most of you have my text me, call me, email me. It's best to text me because I'm terrible on the email. All right. And that pretty much takes care of what we have going on here. And we'll see you on the inside. And remember, watch this several times, feel free to go and visit the members area. It's Duron T. Parks, and we'll see you on the next video.